So class, in order to complete this assignment to draw a picture of an insect and label all the body parts, there are some tools that you need to know how to use in Google Drawing. So the first thing I'd like to show you is how to add and format shapes in drawing. So what you will do is go up to your tools at the top and click on the shape tool. And you have a lot of options here. You can have shapes, and when you hover over it, it gives you all of your options. There are arrows, there are callouts, and those are like banners or speech bubbles, and then equation symbols. So let's go to the shape tool, and remember, we're thinking about the parts of an insect. Now you can think of an insect that you already would like to draw, a bee or a ladybug or an ant or a grasshopper, or you can create your own made up insect as long as it has all the body parts. So I think I might go with an ant. So I'm going to think of my head, my thorax, and my abdomen. So you're going to want to use different shapes for all of these, okay? But here's a tip though. You are not allowed to use this cute little face shape for the head of your insect because our insect faces do not look like that. We're going to draw our own face, okay? So I don't want to see this smiley face shape in your drawing. I'm going to go with a circle. You might want to do a different shape, but I'm going to do that. So now I've clicked on that circle and you will see a plus sign now as your cursor. So if you just click anywhere on your canvas, you will drop a shape. Now every shape that you start from in Google Drawing is going to be light blue with a black outline. So I don't want a light blue ant with a black outline. So I'm going to change my ant to be, if you go up to the fill color here, as long as the shape is selected, then we can format it. But if I click out here and I say, oh, I want to change that to be red. Oh, wait, where is my fill tool? It's not there. Well, it's because it's not selected. So if I click on this, then it's selected, excuse me, and I have all of these tools to choose from. So go to the paint bucket here and it says fill color. I want to make, I'll just go ahead and do a red ant. So I'm going to choose this red color. And you can keep that black outline. I'm not going to have the black outline. So I'm going to click on this border color and click on transparent. And that takes that line away. Okay, so there's my head. I might want to make it bigger. I might want to make it smaller. Let's go ahead and stretch it a bit. So if you have all of these little squares on the outside, if you choose this one of the squares in the middle, it's going to stretch that part. So do you see that little black arrow? If I click, then my circle is no longer a circle. It's going to be an oval, and I don't really want that. So you can also go undo if you do something you don't like. Go to the undo button and get it back to its original shape. So if I click on this one, it's going to make it a sideways oval. Ooh, but I don't want that. So undo that move. If I want to keep this shape, but I want to make it bigger or smaller, what I can do, and this is a trick you need to know, hold down the shift key. So right now, my left finger is pressing on the shift key and I'm holding it down, and I'm going to click on one of these corner arrows. So if I click on this corner arrow, I can drag it to be a large circle or a small circle, but it's keeping the proportions because my shift key is held down. So I'm going to make this a bigger ant so we can really see it. Okay, there we go. All right, so now let's move on to the thorax. So I'm going to go up here to the shape and decide, what shape do I want for my thorax? There are a lot to choose from. I think I might go with this curved rectangle shape. So I'm going to drop it down, and clearly I don't want that, right? It doesn't match. So because it's selected, now I can change the fill color to be that same red color, and I want to take away the border color. And if I move it to here, because I know the thorax is in the middle, it's kind of small, don't you think? So what now I can do, I'm not going to hold down the shift key. I want to just drag it to be bigger, maybe even a little wider. And then you can use your arrow keys or you can just drag it to where you want. There you go. I like that. That's a good thorax. Now we need an abdomen. So up here, there are some with little pointy ends like that. That would be a good ant shape, huh? Or we could just go back to this, make this an oval. I think that's what I'll do. So if I click, right, that's not what I want. So because it's selected, I can change the fill color to be the red, change that border color to be nothing. And if I move it here and stretch it, I might want to make it a little wider and then just drag it to where you want it. So that kind of looks like an ant, huh? So that's how you can format your shapes. Now, let's say you wanted the head to be black. So I could fill that to be a black color. Now, it also looks like this rectangle shape is in front of the black shape, and we call that the arrangement. Now, what if you want a shape to actually be in front of another? I want to show you how to do that. So if I want this shape to be in front, I can select it and go up to the top where it says arrange. And this is the order of the objects. So this looks like now the shape is in the back. I want to bring it to the front. So what you would do is slide over to bring to front and watch what happens to that black circle. Did you see that? Now it's in the front. But what if I want it in the back? I can select it, go back to arrange, and remember that's called order, and I can send it to the back. And it moved it behind that shape. So that's another way to format your shape that you might want to play around with. Here, let me move it back to red. All right, so those are the ways that you can format a shape. Oh, let's try one more thing. This little circle up here, that is your rotating tool. Now, let's say your abdomen looks like this, and for some reason you might want to change how this abdomen looks. You can click on this little circle and spin it around to a different position. You might want to make a really wide abdomen like that. It's up to you. It's your insect, but I actually don't want that. So I can either do this and spin it back around, the rotating dot here, or I can just go and up to the top and select undo. That's what I'm going to do. And just keep clicking undo until you get it to the right place. All right. So those are your formatting shape options.